It's Friday. It's deadlift day. Hopefully everyone's now coming on Friday. I know sometimes Fridays can be hit and miss, but this should be a really fun Friday. And in your, in your private groups and everything, I wanted to put this deadlift here on Friday to help steer people towards the end of the week and not just overpack Monday, Tuesday with all the fun, quote unquote, stuff, because we know deadlift day is a big day for people. What's your favorite CrossFit accomplishment so far? That's a fun one. So get them going. I want them to not only talk about what they've done, but help paint the picture that this is the end of testing week. So we're going to do bigger stuff in the future, and they're bought into what's coming up here. General warm-up. We have a bunch of hinging today. Hinging, kind of a lactic power CP battery type mix piece. Is not exactly clear what energy system it is totally, but I do have a time frame we're wanting to go. So we can spend most of our stuff on deadlift and then not over hinge them, but also use the warm up that we've done and kill one bird with two stones. So person one, row 100 meters. Person two, rotate through inchworm. Person three, I want the banded lateral monster walk, right? Help get some of your AV adduction ready for today. And specific warm up, 2 sets of 10 kettlebell deadlifts, 8 Russian kettlebell swings, 6 dumbbell hang power snatch, and 4 wall walks. On the wall walk up, and then lower down slowly. Okay, that's going to help them get ready for handstand push-ups for the strict ones, or you'll see who needs to go piped off a box, who needs the kit maybe, who needs an ab mat, etc. And I'll talk about that in a second. Skill prep for A, absolute strength, right? Working on technique, pulling heavy off the floor and points of performance. We know people want to pull up and cap back instead of lock in and push against the ground in that initial part until they get into the hinge pattern. So they're doing that well. Also breathing and staying rigid during the heavy lift. What patterns and techniques do you have for them? I love the Valsalva maneuver, where you're going to breathe in, breathe out, keep your body rigid and tight. Now breathe in and fill it up rigidly and not with movable air. So it goes, actually breathe in first, breathe out all the way. So now you're short and tight. Now breathe in without doing a belly breath, without that one. So now you're tight. And now you're rigid and ready to go. The downside is you can pass out sometimes from this. That's why I say take a knee if they get lightheaded after the heavy lift. So I'm a little lightheaded even just from doing that and staying tight. So I would say take the Tebow, Tim Tebow, take a knee, and you're good. Now 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes for part A, heavy deadlift, fitness, 5 rep max, right? That puts about 20 seconds of time under tension. So they're right up into absolute strength, just because most of them either can't express pure strength yet. They're coming in from the 8 rep dumbbell RDL last cycle, where they're building up high time under tension. Now we're building more into expressing strength. If they can do that, yeah, go for the heavy single. That's fine. But everyone else, whether it's to reduce the total load or to increase the muscle endurance and the hypertrophy, that's why they do the 5 rep there. Okay. From here, this next part. Like I said, we want to do something with higher complexity in this cycle. We built up last cycle, one of our higher complexity pieces was 800 meter run, 30 overhead squats, 30 toes to bar, 30 burpee. We're getting more complex now, right? We did a couple other things in there. This one's going to be 5-minute AMRAP. Most people will not finish. That's why we wanted to make it difficult so they didn't just sit there and go, all right, whatever, right? You're stuck, you're going to do handstand push-ups forever. That way they can go a little more advanced and the clock's going to save them by design. That way you can get people trying to do handstand push-ups versus shying away, and what the options are for not wanting to do that at all, because handstand push-ups are not right for everyone. 21 hang power clean. I did hang powers. Initially we had 21 deads into hang power clean. Just too much hinging off the ground. Totally, right? With the load you could do there. So it's hang power clean, and now handstand push-up, and ideally they're strict. That's coming up in the open. That was a big curveball for people, so the idea is by the end of September when we redo this, they'll feel confident because they're coming up again. So we're not shying away from it if people's priority is the open. If not, they're going to want to do fitness or strict press or piped off a box or whatever variation you want. But I'm saying if they're in performance and the open is somewhat important to them, they're going to have to eat their medicine right now a little bit, and they'll get better over the cycle. Okay? So the hang power clean and the handstand push-up, if one of those is really tiring for you, meaning the hang clean, the explosive power is draining, or the handstand push-up, the shoulder strength there is draining, the dumbbell power snatch is the cross section in this workout of those two, and that'll slow you down. But if not, if your hang power cleans are good and your dumbbell and your handstand push-ups are good, well, dumbbell power snatch is easy relative to those two for most people. So that's how it works. 21 hang powers, 18 handstands, and then from the floor, 15 dumbbell power snatch. 12 hang power cleans, 9 handstand push-ups, 6 dumbbell power snatch. Most people will not finish that in 5 minutes. That's what I mean, is that they're going to push hard, kind of this power lactic endurance, but because it's going to be start-stop a bunch, also CP battery. So we're combining a few fairly difficult things, where Wednesday was Filthy 50, relatively easy things at high muscle endurance. If you get better at these, what happens? Yeah, we increase the reps, increase the load, right? We could do this. We could go 30 hang powers, 25 handstand. That's as you get better at these, right? So we start off lower reps, saving by the clock. Eventually, it's like, Filthy 50. It's for time. Eventually, we do 50 hang power, 50 handstand push-up, 50 snatches, and it's for time. Well, for someone, if they can't do them, it'll take them 4.5 hours. So the 5-minute AMRAP, again, if people finish it, they go back up to 21 hang powers. I doubt many people will get there, especially at a sport load. Performance is where most people are going to be here. So they're kind of open-ishy weights here. I would like strict handstand push-ups, but again, it's your gym, so you got to look. If you want ab mats, that's totally fine. I'd rather have an ab mat or piked off a box than kipping. If you want them doing kipping handstand push-ups, totally fine. But again, knowing the open's coming up, that's where it's moving towards. And that way, or if they don't care about that at all, they just want a good workout, they can do any of those parts, and they can do dumbbell press. They can do Russian kettlebell swings, 2 dumbbell press at a moderate load. Again, something they probably can't do totally unbroken, and then slam ball. Does that work out great if you did 21 swings at, say, 70 pounds, had a 35-pound dumbbell strict press each hand, and a heavy slam ball for 12 and went through? Yeah, for 5-minute AMRAP, that would be a super effective workout, really, for anyone. So again, I can hear, some people, oh, handstand push-ups always a hard one to do, or to be into that or not. That's why fitness is there. Anyone who's not, we have those adjustments, and the whole group, the whole cohesion still works in your gym. So that's the idea here. And again, for testing, have fun with the test. And at the end of testing week tomorrow, we have our team workout and a little something to balance out the week. Or you could have a little time here to make up one of the pieces if someone couldn't come and they wanted to do one of the parts. We have testing time for them. All right.